Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and visitors. Thank you for joining us today at the Toastmasters Leadership Day celebration. I hope that you are as excited as I am, so that way we can learn and support and cheer on all of our fellow Toastmasters for all of their accomplishments this year. Please join me as we say our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our mission is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. At this time, I will turn it over to Kiara Robertson.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharice Tucker, for opening up. It is wonderful to be here today. As she said, my name is Kiara Robertson. I am a member of not only the Toastmasters Club, but also an all-new premier club that we will be introducing during this meeting, and they will be having their charter ceremony on April the 28th. I would like to take this time to go ahead and recognize all of the clubs that we have in Division F. As I say the names of the clubs, if we have any representatives from each of these clubs, could you please put in the chat the times, the dates, and the location that your club meets? So kicking it off with Area 61, we have Toastmasters 2 Club, Ridge Masters Club, Excellent Enunciators, Northward Toastmasters Club. In Area 62, we have All American Club, Total Masters Club, CCG Speech Masters Club, Advanced Columbus Toastmasters, and last but not least, we have Area 63 with Columbus Uptown Toastmasters Club, Sundowners Club, Toastmasters Club, Thomaston Toastmasters Club, and the all-new, which was chartered in March, Troy Riverfront Toastmasters Club. Let's give a clap, a hand clap for all of the Toastmasters Club we have in Division F. It is wonderful to see everyone. Yes, you can scream if you want. We can come off
Division F.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yeah. I love to hear it. Let's celebrate each other. And like I said, if you want to list in the chats, anyone from the club, the date, the time, and the location of your meetings. We should be visiting each club as an individual, not only just our meetings. All right, so we will move on to a wonderful part of the meeting, which I get to introduce one of our Toastmasters. And as we know, this is a high energy and a great pleasure for the person who is introducing, because you get to bring high energy and appreciate the person for all that they do and recognize them as the wonderful person that they are. So I get to introduce our Area 63 Director, which is a 30-year member of Toastmasters, a two-time DTM, and retired IT Senior Technical Consultant for TSIS. Her love of music allows, both writing, singing, and playing the flute. I played the flute as well. Wow. And she's a Toastmaster who enjoys working in the background to help others succeed. I think that's something that we all have in common if we are here. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our Area 63 Director, Miss Karen Jakes. We have you on mute, Miss Karen.
I just wanted to have a muted conversation with all of you before I actually begin to speak. But thank you so much, Toastmaster Kiera, for that wonderful introduction. Your high spirit and your energy actually motivates me to be just as excited as you are. So it's my pleasure to welcome everyone to our Toastmaster Leadership Day. For all of you who are here, the sun is shining outside of my window. And even if the sun is not shining where you are, just imagine that this Leadership Day is the sun shining for you. It is a pleasure and a privilege for me to acknowledge those of you who are here and acknowledge the achievements of others. I do not see any of the district trio or district officers. However, please help me acknowledge one, our division director, Versandra Kennebrew, who's celebrating her birthday this weekend, and our Area 62 director, Cherise Tucker, who led you in the Pledge of Allegiance. It's really exciting to have our division leaders here. Is there anyone that I have omitted? Great. I see some representatives for some of my Area 63 clubs, but I won't brag. I'll just go forward here. Go forward. Now we are going to acknowledge our reason for this particular celebration. It is for Toastmasters leadership. We are honored to have a proclamation that has been provided for specifically for
We have you muted again, Ms. Karen.
Where did you go?
We can hear you again.
All right. It's not cooperating. Give me 1 second.
Seems like lately technology has been getting us all on the different meetings.
I know. Okay. I'm trying to make it so I can read it off of my phone. This is Toastmasters Leadership Day. It's small. There it is. There it is. There it is. Whereas Toastmasters International is a world leader in communication and leadership development, and whereas comprised of 364,000 members and over 16,200 clubs in 145 countries, Toastmasters International provides individuals with the tools they need to effectively communicate in their personal and professional lives while gaining confidence to lead others. And whereas on August 1st, 1967, the first Columbus, Georgia Toastmasters Club was chartered, and whereas Toastmasters Clubs have since expanded throughout the city while remaining dedicated to the Toastmasters International values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And whereas representing 13 clubs with more than 300 members, Columbus, Georgia Toastmasters Division F mentors, supports, and leads individuals to improve their leadership and communication skills. And whereas the 2022 Division F Toastmasters Leadership Day will be held on April 9th, 2022, and will emphasize stretching beyond yourself to achieve excellence, thereby following the District 14 theme, Unstoppable. And whereas Toastmasters International continues to empower Georgians to develop strategic communication and leadership skills that lead to greater self-confidence and personal growth. And whereas the mayor, members of City Council, and City Manager Isaiah Hughley recognized Toastmasters International on this special occasion. I'm getting there. On this special occasion and extends best wishes. Now, therefore, I, B.H. Skip Henderson III, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim Saturday, April 9th, 2022 as Toastmasters Leadership Day. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of Columbus, Georgia, to be affixed this 9th day of April 2022. Let's give a round of applause for the recognition of Toastmasters Leadership Day, April 9th, Saturday, April 9th, 2022.
Yay!
Yay!
It is my pleasure to return the virtual lectern back to Toastmaster Kiera.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Karen Jakes. That is wonderful. I can remember last year being at the celebration, so it's definitely a blessing to be here yet another year and to be able to celebrate on this day again. So I would like to take this time to first thank everyone who is present on the meeting today. We all have clubs that are growing, not only just with membership, but just growing in experience with being mentors to each other, being leaders, not only in Toastmasters, but also in our personal lives, and just taking what we have learned from Toastmasters into our everyday life. So that in itself is definitely growth, and we should all celebrate that. I will say going into our distinguished platform to see all of the progression that each club has made with hitting their goals, getting their members in, just continuing to stay on their plans, their succession plans, and also their club plans that they made from the very beginning is definitely wonderful to experience as a first year Toastmaster. This actually is, well, last month was my 1 year anniversary. So I'm happy to still be here after 1 year and getting these wonderful opportunities to speak with everyone. So now I would like to introduce everyone to the executive committee of the all new charter club, Troy Riverfront Toastmasters Club. So they have a wonderful lineup of an executive committee, and being present at their first meeting, they were able to get all of their leadership roles filled without an issue. So these are ready and willing leaders, and they have taken action from the very start, even before they were actually chartered. So It's a wonderful thing to see. But they do have President Sabrina Stevens. They have Vice President Education Wanda Etienne, Vice President Membership Charlotte Hollis, Vice President Public Relations Jamie Thomas, Secretary Mildred Dozier, and I believe Mildred is here. If we can give a round of applause to Mildred, thank you so much for your presence and for coming to represent not only your club, but also my club. We also have Treasurer Angel Walker, and last but not least, Sergeant at Arms Aisha Denard. So they have a great lineup of leaders and professionals at that club, and it is just a privilege to be able to be a member. So we would also like to acknowledge the sponsors for the Troy Riverfront Club, which is, of course, Troy University on the Chattahoochee and Macon Russell Community Action Agency. So I'm back at my favorite part of a meeting. I get to introduce someone who is distinguished, someone who is just, I look up to her after watching her speeches because she brings the words to life. So this Toastmaster has been a life-changing Toastmaster. She changes others' lives, but she has also had her life changed through Toastmasters. She has served as an area director in 2014, as well as Division F director in 2016. Many of you may know her, enjoying working with her with new members and watching others grow and bloom as they work through the Toastmasters program. She is a retired physical education teacher and now enjoys playing pickleball with her husband. They have 2 fur babies, Katie and Jake. Pam told, she told me that she doesn't know who needs more of her personal time, her fur babies or her husband, Jimmy. I've already let the cat out the bag by accident, but it is the wonderful Pam Coons. She will be now bringing her presence to us once she comes off of mute, so you all will know why she is such an inspiration to me.
Thank you, Kiera. That was such a kind introduction. I really appreciate that. I will first talk about our education program pathways. And I feel very comfortable doing this because I think I've been VPE ever since I joined Toastmasters. I was in Toastmasters not even a month in 2010 when the club said, you're VPE forever. And I have been that role and thoroughly enjoyed it. Pathways is our education program. It's a flexible and interactive way to develop skills and achieve your speaking and leadership goals. Pathways gives you 11 learning paths to choose from, online content so you can learn anytime, anywhere. It's like having a personal coach with you all the time, and hones your real-world skills at every level. Pathways gives you the tips and techniques you need to be successful in every aspect of your life. It's my pleasure now to acknowledge all member achievements in Pathways this year. I will share the role with my, if you've heard my humorous speech, my stud muffin husband, Jimmy. We're going to break this up. And I think, Jimmy, you're going to kick us off.
Sure, thanks, Pam. Fellow Toastmasters, it is my distinct privilege to acknowledge 7 different individuals in Area 61, all of whom have received Pathways Achievement Awards. From Toastmasters 2, there are 3 individuals, Jordan DeJulio, Johnny Lumpkin, and Brandy Clines. From Ridgemasters Club, Tiffany Dubose Cooper. Also from Ridgemasters Club, Robin Morales, From excellent enunciators, your Aunt Collins, and from Northward's Toastmasters Club, Susan Sloan. But I don't want to be hoggish and tell everything, so let me relinquish control again to Pam, who will make further announcements for Area 62.
Thank you, Jimmy. Area 62, CCG, Speechmasters Club. We have Annette Talley, Karen Jakes, Charlie May Farrell, Zach Jakes, Susan Sloan. From All American Club, Megan Dunn, Shoko Porter, Sonny Proctor, Jordan DeJulio. From Total Masters Club, Sharice Tucker and Shakia Crossman. And from Advanced Columbus Toastmasters, Charlie May Farrell. Jimmy.
Thank you, Pam. Segueing again to Area 63. Columbus Uptown Toastmasters had 2 individuals achieving awards, Matthew Walsh and Kathy Reeves. From Sundowners Club, James Emerson and Versandra Kennebrew. From Thomaston Toastmasters, Carla Clayton and Stan Smith. We also have from Thomaston Toastmasters, Pam Kuhn, Adrian Shales, Eugene Bell, May McDaniel, and Hugh Salter. And wrapping up on this, Talkmasters Toastmasters Club had 4 individuals achieving awards, Stephanie Thomas, Kiera Robertson, congratulations, Kiera, Versandra Kennebrew, again, Versandra, and Linda Ligon. If everyone would, please give all these individuals a hearty round of applause.
Yay!
Pam, let me turn this back over to you,
everybody.
Good job, everybody. We went through that quickly, but that was a lot of hard work and a lot of learning for everyone to do this year, so congratulations. Now, it's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Toastmaster Versandra Kennebrew came to Columbus, Georgia, 2 short years ago from District 44 after serving in most club leadership roles and achieving Select Distinguished Area Director 2 years in a row. She was elected to the District 14 Division F Director while the world was shut down. Her tenacity and lead by example style have inspired many, including the more than 40, we need to say that again, 40 new Toastmasters members Versandra has sponsored. Wow. Highlights from Versandra's leadership success include reviving a 36-year-old Toastmasters Club that was on life support and birthing a new community club at Troy University. Outside of Toastmasters, Versandra Kennebrew is the CEO of Optimal Living Education and Retreats, LLC, a Columbus, Georgia-based holistic lifestyle company that provides wellness, education, and retreats in nature for active duty military personnel, veterans, and their families. She credits the Toastmasters Leadership Program for helping her create a successful business model that helped many of our local heroes maintain mental health during a global health crisis. Now, before I introduce you to my personal choice for the 2022-2023 District 14 Club Growth Director position, Versandra Kennebrew, Division F Toastmasters wants to give a special award to Versandra for all her hard work and being an exemplary role model for us all. I can think of no better person to receive this award. Okay, Versandra, you can open it now.
Open it, open it, open it, open it.
Woo! I like the bag. Oh my goodness! Oh wow! Look at this. appreciation to Versandra Kennebrew, Toastmaster of the Year, Spring 2022.
Yay.
Woo! Awesome.
Well deserved, Versandra.
Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I would like to just share a few words with each of you guys that I hope will inspire and encourage you as you continue your road to leadership. I thought I would have a serious speech planned for you, but then as I went through my day this morning, I thought I'd just have a heart to heart. I wanted to do something that's a little bit different. I don't want to talk at you. I really want to share some of the most important experiences that I have had since I've been a Toastmaster. But I will begin by just simply saying that when I joined Toastmasters, my goal was to sell more books. It was simple. I had written 3 books at the time, and I was getting opportunities to come and speak across the country. And I said, wait a minute, I think I need to tweak my ability to touch, move, and inspire my audience. And so I had these thoughts about Toastmasters for many, many years. You should join this group. Even Les Brown says good things about Toastmasters, and he is definitely one of my mentors. But for some reason, I did not feel at the time that Toastmasters was for me. And when I think about why I felt that way, it was basically my own insecurities, because I know today that Toastmasters is for anyone who wants to enhance their communication and leadership skills. But for me, at that time, I was not confident in my own self, and I felt that anybody in the world would be better at communicating than me. I have to go a little bit deeper and tell you that it was a struggle for me to even complete high school. Not because I wasn't a smart person, because I made A's and B's throughout elementary school and got into this special, gifted, and talented high school. But I didn't feel that the high school was for me. In fact, there were only about 20% of the students that were at that school that looked like me. And so that made me feel some kind of way, because I'm like, why do you say that I'm gifted and talented when I don't fit in with these other students? Many of them had parents who were into various things, from being doctors and attorneys and being civic leaders. There was the fire chief, the mayor's children. All of these people were at this school, but I was just this little lowly person from over on the north side of Birmingham, Alabama, and I definitely did not feel that I was in a place where I was wanted or needed. I say that to say that many people come to Toastmasters clubs feeling similar. They feel like, oh, these people have got it all together. They know what to say in the perfect time, and they know how to present themselves in such a way that they look amazing when they come to the stage or to the virtual lectern. But what we have to do is what our mission says that we do. And that is provide this supportive and positive learning experience. And when I joined Artist Toastmasters Club Atlanta, I felt that positive and learning environment, and I began to thrive as a Toastmaster. Here we are 6 years later, and there's been many things that I've gotten from this Toastmasters journey. And the one thing I got is that I will probably be one of those Toastmasters lifers. And you wonder, well, what's a Toastmasters lifer? That's those Toastmasters that's been around for 20, 30 years. And you say, well, why would you stick with an organization where you are supposed to be learning and growing if you have already reached the pinnacle of the education program? In fact, I've done it twice. Distinguished Toastmaster is the highest education level. And I did it the first time because I wanted to prove I could be a part of the 1%ers. Only 1% of Toastmasters members achieve this level of recognition. But more than that, when the Pathways program was initiated, I said, I've got to do it a second time because this is a new education program. And if I am to be the mentor, the support, the coach that I say that I am, then I need to have accomplished this same wonderful recognition in both programs. So I did that. Just recently, in December, I completed the second DTM. In the middle of my journey as a Toastmaster, I ran into the opportunity to complete a high performance leadership program. Those Toastmasters that have been around for a while, you know what that is. Today, we call it the Distinguished Toastmasters project. That's what we call it now. This is the project that you do in order to become a distinguished Toastmaster. And it's really a project that allows you to utilize all of the leadership skills that you have learned, as well as your communication skills, because you have to bring together a team of individuals who are willing to be there from start to finish while you complete a specific project that is going to benefit a group of people, whether it be a community project, a project at your church or school, or for your sorority or fraternity. There are many things that you can choose as that project. And although I utilize my Toastmasters VPPR, or Vice President of Public Relations term as my project, because the club that I was in had never had a VPPR to serve. And so I felt that doing this as a project and demonstrating what that could look like would be something that would set not only a standard for future VPPRs, but it would also give them the opportunity to see that they could build capacity through what I had set into motion as their VPPR. I learned a lot from that project. Mostly, I learned that I wanted to do a bigger project. I wanted to do something that would have even a greater impact outside of my club. So this next project that I did involved national service. So yes, Toastmasters taught me about being a servant leader, but I wanted to put it into action. And so I did it as a volunteer in service to America. Now this is national service. Here I was, 50, maybe 3, I think I was, and I am serving as an AmeriCorps member. Now, if you know anything about AmeriCorps, then you know that this organization is all about, building capacity in the areas that are related to poverty alleviation and even, human service and working with individuals and social justice, those type of areas. It's really community focused and helping the least of these to overcome the challenges that they have faced in their lives and live like they're enjoying the best version of themselves. That project was deep. It lasted a year long. For a whole year, I volunteered. And one of the lessons I learned through Toastmasters is about integrity, being committed to whatever it was that you said you were going to do, being true to you, being true to your word. And so when I signed up for that role for an entire year, 365 days, 52 weeks, I was committed to staying the course. I was the only one, maybe two people made it. There were 6 of us, and most of them dropped out in a matter of maybe 3 months. But I stuck it out. When my car wouldn't work and I didn't have transportation, I got an Uber. When I was having problems because the executive director of the organization seemed to push me to the side and tell me all that I could do was stand in a corner and hold a clipboard. They didn't want me to engage with the mayor and the city council members and all of those type of things. They wanted me to stand in front of the, I think it was the community, anyway, one of the community organizations, and tell them why I volunteered. And the person that I was speaking to laughed at me and asked me, why would you volunteer like that? And this is a person that was voted into office as a commissioner. And they asked me, was I in trouble? Did I go to jail or something? If that was the reason why I was volunteering. And it hurt me so deeply, but I continued along that process and completed that year of service, even though the people who I was serving could not understand why would you volunteer. They said to me, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. My friends told me that. Individuals who I was doing business with told me that. They asked me, why would you commit yourself to service if you're struggling sometimes yourself? But I want to tell you something. There's a definition for a volunteer leader, and it says that a volunteer leader takes ownership in coordinating projects and programs that build community assets, meet community needs, and provide volunteers with a positive experience. And that's what I was standing on. This is my role, is to take on, to buy in, to own the fact that this is my community. I live in it. I want the best for it. I'm a part of it. And because of that, I am committed to it. I wonder how many of you feel that definition of a volunteer leader actually speaks to you. As I did that year of service, in the day that we had to say our pledge, we all had to stand and hold our right hand up, just like the Vice President of the United States. We had to promise and make the same pledge that the Vice President does, and that is about serving and protecting. I looked around the room of the 300 other individuals that were in that room in Orlando, Florida with me, saying yes to this year of service. And what I saw grandmothers, kind of in my same age bracket, and I talked with them and they said, oh, I volunteered in service to America because I have grandchildren and I see what they go through, trying to make sure that they get a good hot meal, a few times a day. And I know that this is a problem, so I want to volunteer in the schools to provide lunches for the students when they come to lunch, because many students only eat at school. Many students do not have food when they go home from school. And when I say that, I am not exaggerating. Many of them have it in that way. I saw another person, and she was a young lady who had a son, and she said that her son had committed suicide at an early age. He was in his teen years. And she said that she joined because she wanted to work for an organization who could support the efforts that she has to prevent suicide among teens. I thought that was really a worthy cause. Then there was myself. I had been homeless before, and there were volunteers who came into the homeless shelter and that provided me with food and resources and support and an ear when I didn't believe that anybody cared about me other than myself, because even my family forsake me during that period of time. So we were all individuals who had been personally impacted by some terrible situation. And because of it, we decided we wanted to be a part of the change we wanted to see. We did not want to just sit on the sidelines and point fingers at why are they doing that? Why do they let that happen? Why is this existing in our community? Why do we continue to point the fingers out instead of looking at the other 4 fingers that are pointing at us? We must be the change that we wish to see in our community, our society, our world. So that is the reason why I became a volunteer leader. And after that year of service, I was committed. I decided I would be an area director and serve to the best of my ability. It's already been stated. I did that, and I was able to achieve select distinguished, which is the second highest level. I wanted president's distinguished, but I didn't quite get there. But I'm telling you that as a volunteer leader, you go through the same exact challenges that a leader that makes $100,000 a year goes through. You go through people dropping out and not being able to serve their full capacity, full time. You go through people having personality challenges where they don't quite get along so well. You go through individuals who feel like they're not being treated with respect, or they feel like they're being slighted in some kind of way. All of the challenges that a leader goes through that is working for $1 million company, you go through as a volunteer leader. The difference is in leadership, you are not just the manager, which you can hold over a person's head. If you don't do what I'm asking you to do, I'm going to dock your pay, or I'm going to take you off the schedule, or I'm going to not give you the promotion that you're looking for. That's what managers tend to do, but leaders do not. Leaders look for ways to bring out the best of individuals. Leaders try to demonstrate through excellence in their own personal performance that these are the possibilities. This is what can occur if you do things in this way. Leaders demonstrate what's possible, and leaders go first. And so here I am today in my second term as your Division F director. And although it is coming to an end very, very shortly, it is my desire that I have demonstrated the possibility, that I have demonstrated that we can stretch beyond ourselves and reach out and bring others along the way. I hope I have demonstrated that mentoring others, proteges that want to be the better version of themselves, that you can do that, and you can do it while running a business, and you can do it while taking care of your aging parent. I hope I have demonstrated that all of these things can happen, because when it comes down to it, communication and leadership is what everybody is needing right now. You think that there's a problem with violence in the community? The violence is coming from a lack of communication, the inability to work through a challenge or a situation in a way that does not require the blows that have to come from fighting. There are issues in our community, and I'm telling you right now that communication and leadership are at the core of the solution to many of those challenges we are facing. And if we reach back, bring someone alongside with us, grab them up and say, hey, I'm going to this meeting on Tuesday, or I'm going to this meeting on Thursday, and I would love for you to join me. Grab somebody by the hand, especially those individuals who you see are really wanting to do something more and be better, and just show them there is a way. This is what I hope I have demonstrated as the Division F director and as a demonstration of what Toastmasters leadership should look like. And I hope from that demonstration that all of you who have come on board with Toastmasters as a result of me kind of tugging at you and pulling at you, I hope that you will take some of the things that you have seen in me and continue them on as you go through your own Toastmasters journey. There's room for all of us to grow, and there's definitely room for all of us to bring someone alongside of us on our journey. Thank you so much for this wonderful award. Oh my God, I can't wait to add it to my treasure chest of Toastmasters awards. And I do hope that I have earned your vote as the new Toastmasters Club Growth Director for District 14. Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. And what a speech. I learned so much about you that I did not know. And it's like every time you speak, I learn more, which is, I think that's something that I want to do with everybody in the Division F. So another round of applause for that. Everybody can come off mute and give her some, definitely some good praise. Yes.
Good job, Sandra.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank everyone for attending the Toastmasters Division F second annual Toastmasters Leadership Day celebration, honoring leadership and excellence in the Columbus, Georgia area during Toastmasters Month. As always, it has been a pleasure, and I want everyone to have a wonderful day. Enjoy the sun. I think it's sunny where everyone is. And just get out there, tell people about Toastmasters, and share the benefits and your growth stories. Until next time, that is my time.
Toastmaster
Thank you.
Kiera.
I do have copies of this resolution for all clubs. So please connect with me so I can give you your own copy for your club.